Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's solve this question together. Now look at the beautiful question we are given. We are given that root x divided by 2 plus root x divided by 8 equals 6. We are asked to look for the value of x. Now I want to obey most of the important and laws of indices and law also of or rule of sort before one can solve this question. Now I want to draw your mind to one of the properties of rule of sort. Okay. Now if I have root a divided by b. Take note that this is equals to root a divided by root b. Okay, this is one of the rule of sort. So from here, we can also write this as root x, okay, divided by root 2 by obeying the rule of sort, right? Then plus root x divided by root 8 equals 6. That's our first step. All right. Now let's observe carefully. We can see that something is common. What is common? We have root x here. We have root x here. So let's keep it aside that let root s, because it's common, equals to p. Let's keep it aside here. Okay, so that we can know what you are doing. So that means anywhere you see root s, you are going to put p. So that this is p divided by root 2 plus p divided by root 8 equals 6. Wow. Let's consider root 8. Remember that root 8 is a sort. It's sort, right? It's sort. And this is irrational numbers, because root 8 will give us a number that continues counting without an n. So this is irrational number. This is sort. So can we simplify this further? Yes. Now remember one of the properties of sort, that if you have root a multiplied by b is equals to root a multiplied by root b. Right? This is the properties of sort. Are you seeing that sort is so interesting and amazing? This is the rule of sort. What can we do here? Let's think of one must be a perfect square. What are the factors of 8 and 1 must be a perfect square? If you multiply them, we have 8. We know, no wasting of time, we know that 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. And by obeying this rule of sort, we know that this is equal to root 4 multiplied by root 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So that this is 2 multiplied by 2, which is 2 root 2. It means that root 8 is equals to 2 root 2 in the simplest form. This is the answer to this. They are the same, but this is in the simpler form and this is in the normal way. Okay. Now we are not wrong if we decide to write this as p divided by root 2 plus p divided by 2 root 2 is equals to 6. Wow, this is amazing. Now let's check the LCM between root 2 and 2 root 2. We already know that 2 root 2 is inside root 2. So what is the LCM is what? The LCM is what? Is 2 root 2. How many times will root 2 go into 2 root 2? Now this will cancel out this. We are just left with 2, right? So we are having 2 into p, right? Now this divided by this, we have plus 1 into p. 8 is equals to 6. Now let me throw more light here. We are dividing this by this. So if we divide 2 root 2 divided by root 2, this will cancel out this. We are left with 2. That's why we're having 2 here. Now if I divide this by this, root 2 divided by 2 root 2 is equals to 1. That's why we're having 1 here, right? That's amazing. Now let me remove this one here quickly so we can finish our work. Alright. Now 2 times p will give us 2p. So we are left with this is 2p. 1 times p is going to give us plus p divided by 2 root 2 root 2 equals equals 6. 2p plus p is going to give us 3p. This is 3p divided by 2 root 2 equals to 6. Remember that the denominator of this 6 here is 1. Okay, this is the denominator here is 1. By cross multiply, 1 times 3p is going to give us 3p equals to 2 root 2 times 6 is going to give us 12 root 2. Right? It's amazing, because we know that 2 times 6 is 12. Root 2 is already the irrational number. So if we divide here by 3, also divide here by 3 because we are looking for p. This cancel out this, so p is equals to 12 divided by 3 going to give us 4 root 2. This is the value of p. But remember, we are not asked to solve for the value of p. We are asked to find the value of x. Let's recall something very interesting from here. Let's recall that, okay, that root x is equals to p, as you can see here, right? And we know that our p is 4 root 2. So that means root s is equals to 4 root 2. And for us to have the value of x, we have to take square of both sides. So that means the square of this, okay, is equals to the square of 4 root what? 4 root 2. So that square root cancel as square, we are left that s is equals to what? Alright, let's obey one of the properties of indices here. Let me state the law. If you have into a multiplied by b all to the power of n, that this is equals to what? A to the power of n multiplied by b to the power of n. So what is going to happen here? You're going to have this 4 to the power of 2 multiplied by into root 2 all to the power of what? 2. Or let me put a parenthesis so it will be better. Okay. Are you seeing I obey the law of indices there? So now to see that our s is equals to what? 4 to the power of 2 simply means 4 times 4, which is 16. I have 16 here. Let's go to cancel our square multiplied by what? 2. And 16 times 2 is 32. So that means our s is equals to what? 30 what? 32. And this is the value of x to this particular question. This is what method 1. Do you know we have another amazing method we can use to solve this particular question? Okay? Now let's jump into what? Method 2. Method 2. The amazing solving about method 2. Now this is the question we are asked to find x, right? Now look at what we are going to do. Now if I subtract this from both sides, this is what? Root x divided by 8 equals what? 6 minus root x divided by what? 2. We know one of the properties of sort, right? We can write this as what? Root x, okay, divided by what? Root 8 equals what? 6 minus root x divided by what? Root 2. If I simplify root 8, remember that root 8 is equals to 2 root 2, right? To the lowest term. Under this is root x divided by what? 2 root 2 is equals to 6 minus root x divided by what? Root 2. Wow, it's amazing. On this point, we know that the denominator of this 6 here is what? Is 1. What is the LCM between 1 and root 2? Is root 2. So I mean that this is root x divided by 2 root 2 root 2 is equals to what? LCM is what? Is root 2. Root 2 divided by 1 will give us root 2. Root 2 times 6 will give us 6 root 2. Divide this by this, we have 1. 1 times minus root x. This is minus what? Root x. Fine. Now from here, we can cross multiply. From here. So look at what you are going to happen. What this is what? Into root x. Okay, into root x multiplied by what? Root 2. Okay, equals what? Equals 2 root 2 multiplied by what? 6 root 2. Okay, minus what? Root x, right? Now root x times root 2, we're going to have what? X into what? 2. Okay, so that this is equals to what? Now root 2 root 2 times 6 root 2. What that this is just 12. Just 12 into what? Into 2. Right? Because 2 times 6 is 12. Root 2 times root 2 is just 2. Minus what? 2 what? Root 2 times root x. We're going to give us what? Into 2x. This is 2x. Okay? So x times 2 is going to give us 2x is equals to 24 minus what? 4x. Right? Because 2 times minus 2 times 2x is going to give us 4x. Let's take light term. This is what? 2x. Okay? Bring this here, become plus 4x equals to what? 24. Now this plus is going to give us 8x is equals to what? 24. Divide here by 2. Sorry, divide here by 8. Divide here by what? 8. Now this cancel out this. So you see that x is equals to what? Now let's see what you can do here. Now 2 here, 12, 2 here, 4. So we're having 12 divided by 4 is 3. And that's not the answer. Alright, so I figure out the error. Now 2 root 2 times minus root s, we are going to have minus what? Minus 2 root what? Root 2x, right? That's where the error was coming from, because here is x and here is 2. So this is what we are going to have, right? This is minus what? 2 root what? 2 root 2x. Fine. And here we have 2x. So here also here cannot give us 2x. It's error. So this is root what? Root 2x. So we're going to have. Okay. If you obey the properties of sort very well, this is what you're going to have. Now, if we bring this here, I'm going to have this is root what? Root 2x plus 2 root what? 2x, right? Equals to 20 what? 24. Correct. This plus is going to give us 3 root what? 2x equals to what? 20 what? 24. Divide here by 3. Divide here by 3. 3 cancel out this so that root 2x is equals to what? Now let's see what you can do here. Divide this by you have 8, right? Let me see. 24 divided by 3, 8. So I have here as 8. Now if I square both sides and square here, this cancel out this. I see that 2s is equals to what? 60 what? 64. So for me to have s, I have to divide here by 2 and divide here by what? 2. This cancel out this. We see that x is equals to what? 30 what? 32. This is the value of s when using this second method. Okay, correct. That's amazing. This is beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. Please, if you find it very interesting, don't hesitate. Do well to like, comment, and share to loved ones so others will learn. And if you're not subscribed, consider to subscribe so that you can upload exciting videos you notify. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.